Hey, this is Tom J back with the Kim Craft beer reviews. Okay, so tonight for your drinking pleasure, we have a bomber, a cork and cage bomber of Unita Oak Jacked Imperial Pumpkin Ale. It's from Unita Brewing Company. They're out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah, this should be interesting. An Imperial Pumpkin Ale, and it's aged in oak barrels. Kind of like that when I saw that, so I figured let me take a chance on this. Let me give it a shot. Okay. Let's before we do that, we'll give you some stats on this beer. All right, let's see. The ABV is 10.31. 10.31, which they say right on the label here is a little play on Halloween, 10/31. Haha. And the Beer Advocate gives this an 89, which is very good, and Rate Beer gives it a 97, which is world class. So I'm not sure where this will wind up between those two ratings, but we shall see. All right, let's see if we can't get this open. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay, get the cork off. Slowly. Beautiful. All right, let's get this into a glass. Here we go. All right. All right, looks very nice in the glass. We have a solid 2-finger, tannish, kind of like a bronze tan head. Yeah, it's let's see, it's got very small bubbles, tightly packed. As far as the color, we have a very nice ruby red color. Very nice ruby red. Yeah, I see carbonation. It's very clear. It's a clear beer. I'm putting up to the light. I can see the light right through it. So it's a clear ruby red beer with a lovely looking tan head. Very nice. All right, let's get an aroma on this. Okay, I'm smelling some spices. I'm smelling definitely cinnamon, some clove, maybe a little nutmeg. I smell some vanilla, pretty strong on the cinnamon smell. I'm smelling some sweetness. I'm not really getting the pumpkin in the aroma so much. If there's pumpkin, it's probably in the flavor because it's the aroma is really being dominated by the spices. I smell a little booze on the smell also. Yeah, I mean, it smells like a nice spicy pumpkin pie without the pumpkin smell. All right, well, I think it's time for us to get a flavor on this. Let's give it a taste. That's good. That's pretty good. It's a little boozy. It's right up front, you get some booze in it, but you get some really nice vanilla and oak forward tastes along with the spices. You're getting you're getting a pretty strong cinnamon. Maybe a little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of maybe a little clove. Definitely can taste the oakiness. Definitely can taste the vanilla. You can taste a little bit of pumpkin in here. It's got a little bit of a sharpness towards the beginning of the swallow, just as it enters right here, right in the beginning. It's got a certain earthiness to it. It's a little bitter. It's got some, it didn't give an IBU. Neither Rate Beer or Beer Advocate had an IBU for this beer listed. So I didn't give you one. But it definitely has some bittering agents in it, some bittering hops. Yeah. And at 10.31% ABV, it's doing an okay job. It's not really mastering it that well. But that is not to take away from the flavor. Flavors, these especially, I'm a bigger fan of the flavor once it goes down, and the aftertaste is just delicious. The initial flavor is a little harsh. It's a little earthy and bittery in the beginning, along with the other flavors that I described. You're getting your spices. You're getting a little bit of pumpkin here, not tons, but you're getting it. It's very tasty. I'll give you the mouthfeel now. Carbonation is medium. It goes in nicely. It's not a dry finish. It's a little bit of a wet finish, and I'd say it's about a medium body feel. Yeah, about medium, not real light. Yeah, medium. It definitely, I have to find out. I have to find out what kind of hops they used in here, because they did. There's definitely a bitterness in here. It's not a bitterness that like is associated with an IPA type of bitterness. It's very earthy. It doesn't have any citrus or anything like that. It's I know that there's some foreign hops, like I know some English hops like Fuggles can be a little bit bittery and earthy. There are a couple of different hop varieties. They definitely did not use the IPA type of hops in here, but there is a bitterness. It's good. It's definitely good, and it's got a hop presence. Definitely, and it lingers. All right, so this one I definitely want to let it warm up. I get a strong suspicion that this ale is hiding things because it is a little cold. I didn't give it much time to warm up. I usually like to start them off cold and let them warm up. So that's what I'm going to do with this. And like I said, I'm thinking we're going to get a little something else when we come back, because this seems like it's going to give up the ghost when it gets warm. All right, so I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I'm back with the review of the Oak Jacked Imperial Pumpkin Ale. This is by Unita. Right there. Let me show you the cage from the cork and cage. You can see that. All right. Yeah, so I let this heat up. It's pretty good. It's a good, and I'm not a pumpkin beer. I'm not a real big fan. It's okay. I've done all the pumpkin reviews, and I said I don't wait for it all year, but this one's a little bit different. This is a barrel aged version, and it gives it a little bit more complexity. It's just not a straight up pumpkin beer. It's got other things going on. One thing being the the oak barrels that it's aged in. It added the complexity of the barrel, which is the oak and the vanilla. I'm getting some caramel as it got warmer. The booze stayed about the same. It is boozy, but it didn't really rise in alcohol. It stayed about the same all the way through. I also detect a little bit of smoke. As it got warmer, you could smell a little bit of a smoky. You could smell it more than you can taste it. It smells like, yeah, maybe it's the char from the barrel or something like that. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm just assuming that would be it. But all in all, very good. Yeah, not bad. Not a bad pumpkin ale. I like the idea that it was barrel aged. You know, would have been nice if they would have used a little bourbon in that barrel, but I'll take the oak barrel. That's fine. A little bit of that extra oomph would have really did me well, but yeah, it's definitely a different. It's the first time I've ever seen a pumpkin beer treated this way, like a barrel age it, which is kind of a cool idea. I guess that's a little niche. Yeah, pretty good. All right, I'm going to swig the rest of this down. As it got warmer, you could taste the pumpkin more. It's like sort of like a bitter pumpkin, like a very bitter pumpkin-y. Maybe that's where the bitterness is coming from. It seems like it's almost linked to the pumpkin itself. It's a very bitter, vegetal, pumpkin-y quality that this has. With that being said, that would tell me they're probably using like real pumpkins as opposed to the canned stuff, which, you know, it's processed and you're getting the pumpkin pie type taste. This isn't really like that. This is more like original, like real pumpkin, authentic pumpkin, and spices. And the aging in the barrel was key to make this a better beer. That really gave this some extra oomph and complexity. So I'm going to give this a rating here. Let's see, what are we going to give this beer? I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. It's, you know, again, it's not going to be up and away, but I'm going to give it a pretty decent score. And I'll give this I'll give it an 89. 89 is good. That would put it at a high 8 out of 9. It's you know, yeah, it was good. I mean, it was a pleasant surprise. I didn't think it was going to be that good, so we'll give that an 89. And yeah, okay. So I hope you enjoyed this installment of the King of Craft Beer Reviews. If you have any comments or anything you'd like to say about this beer, if you've ever had it, if you'd like to speak about it with me, I'd be glad to talk to you. And also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, please do so. So, this is Tom J. signing off for the King of Craft Beer Reviews. And until next time, please remember to drink responsibly.